Dear students, let us continue with the feedback in amplifiers. In the last class we have derived the expression for input impedance, that is increase in input impedance when we apply the feedback. So let us take a problem on input impedance. The input impedance of an amplifier is 2 kilo ohm. If the gain is 500 and feedback fraction is 0.9%, find input impedance with feedback. Okay, solution. Very easy it is if you know the formula. So what is the formula? Input impedance increases, therefore increases by the factor 1 plus A beta into Zi it is. So Zi is given, that is 2 kilo ohm. Gain is given, that is 500. Feedback fraction is equal to 0.9%, that can be written as 0.09. Sorry, 0.9%. 0.9 divided by 100, it is 0.009. Okay. So what we have to find out? ZIF. So ZIF is equal to 1 plus A is 500, beta is 0.009 into Zi is 2 kilo. Okay. 1 plus 45, 2 zeros, that is 4.5 into 2 into 10 to the power of 3. It is 5.5 into 2 into 10 to the power of 3. 11 kilo ohm is the input impedance when we apply the feedback. The input impedance will be modified, that is increased from 2 kilo ohm to 11 kilo ohm when a negative feedback of 0.9% of output voltage is applied. Okay. Let's take another problem which is on change in gain, that is stability of the gain. The problem is on the stability of the gain, that is percentage change in gain with feedback to the percentage change in gain without feedback. That we have derived the expression. So here the amplifier has a voltage gain of 1000. With negative feedback fraction of 0.005 is applied. What would be the change in overall gain? What do you mean with change in overall gain? How we calculated DAF by AF? Change in overall gain of the feedback amplifier. If the internal gain that we have to calculate, if the internal gain is subjected to a gain reduction of 12%, that means internal gain, the basic amplifier gain, if it reduces 12%, what would be the effect of the gain when feedback is applied? So it is reduction they have mentioned, so it is 0.12 minus 0.12 we have to write. See, change in the gain is either gain may increase or decrease, right? So reduction in the sense decreasing, so we are taking minus here because it is given as reduction. So formula for that is DAF by DAF is equal to DA by A into 1 plus divided into 1 by 1 plus A beta. This is the formula. That means change in gain without feedback with feedback is much less than change in gain with feedback. They have given 12% change in the gain for internal amplifier, that is basic amplifier. So that is minus 0.12 divided by 1 plus A beta. A is 1000, beta is 0.005. You have calculator with in your hand. Calculate 5, it is 6. So minus 0.02. So it can be written as 2%. DAF by DA will be sorry, DAF by AF will be 2% because see the change in gain, that means stability of gain is more in feedback amplifier than in open loop amplifier. That means the gain changes. If the internal amplifier gain changes 12%, the feedback amplifier's gain only changes 2%. Okay, so the change in open loop amplifier is more compared to feedback amplifier. So feedback amplifier is more stable. That we have understood with the derivation as well. Now with the numerical analysis. Okay. Okay. The next topic is how the feedback affects the output impedance. In the last class we have studied input impedance. There was an increase in input impedance. What about with the output impedance? So obviously we know that with voltage series negative feedback, the output side, the voltage we are taking, which is a parallel connection, obviously the output impedance is decreases. So decrease in output impedance, how we'll do that? See here in this basic circuit block diagram, we have to make some modifications. Here we are going to calculate what is the output impedance. See, for example, if somebody asks you to find out the impedance or resistance of some wire, what you will do? How to calculate that? Somebody will tell we use multimeter. So suppose you don't have multimeter, you have just a power supply and ammeter. Then what we will do is we'll supply some voltage to that. We'll apply voltage across that wire. If somebody asks you, this is the copper wire they will give, find the resistance of this. What you will do? There is an unknown resistance present in this wire that we don't know. So what we will do, we will apply some voltage across this. Okay, I will take DC for your convenience. I will apply some 2 volt and we measure the current flowing through it using a ammeter. So current flowing through this using an ammeter. So what happens? You know the voltage. If some 1 milliampere of current is flowing, 1 milli, R is equal to V by I. So 2 volt is applied voltage, 1 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it will be 2 kilo ohm is the resistance offered by this wire. We will find out. It is because using Ohm's law. In the same way, we are going to analyze, we are going to calculate the output impedance of this particular circuit. So what we will do here, this is RL is not this circuit's related one. So I will remove that RL. Only thing I am removing that RL, I will connect some test voltage or some hypothetical voltage V0 over there. I will apply some hypothetical voltage V0 and with the same connection. The connection will be same as before, but only thing I have removed the load resistance, which is the output side, that is not required for calculating the output impedance of the amplifier actually. Load will be the load circuit, that is not required to calculate the output impedance. So I will remove that load. I will just connect this test voltage source here and hypothetical. I will consider a hypothetical voltage. Because of this input voltage, there is a output is developed, right? So I will consider that output voltage source. I will connect here and calculate the output impedance. If I measure the output impedance of the basic amplifier, internal amplifier is Z0, and here I am getting voltage source, and this voltage, input voltage Vs, I'll make it 0 or short the input voltage source. This is something like in using superposition theorem when we are calculating the second loop. If we are having two or more voltage sources, we will calculate the current and voltage drop across the resistors using the one voltage source by shorting the remaining voltage sources, right? In superposition theorem. In the same way, if this voltage source is there, that will disturb the output circuit element. So I will make this input source shorted to avoid complications. Then we have connected a hypothetical voltage source V0 at the output with the same connection, and here Vf will be the feedback voltage, which is, and Vi will be the input voltage, because the output impedance of the basic amplifier. Here what I am going to calculate, the output impedance with feedback, that is ZOF. If this here, if I measure, this will be output impedance with feedback. If the output impedance of the basic amplifier, if I consider, that will be Z0, which is already there. So how it is going to decrease, that we are going to calculate now. So here, this input basic amplifier, obviously it will be having A into Vi. The voltage here is A into Vi is coming. Vs remained 0, but Vi will be there because of this feedback voltage we are giving, that we did make 0. So Vs remained 0. Because of this feedback voltage, there is a Vi. So the gain of the basic amplifier is A. So what will be the voltage here? A into Vi. So now if I apply KVL to the output circuit, if I apply KVL to the output loop or output circuit, I'll just explain the circuit elements. Z0 is the output impedance of basic amplifier or internal amplifier. Z0F is output impedance of feedback amplifier. Don't write like this, write completely. And Vf is the feedback voltage, where Vf is equal to beta V0, and Vi be the input voltage of basic amplifier. And V0 be the applied hypothetically source voltage. Applied at the output end. Okay. So here, so obviously V0 will be what? V0 will be, I0 will be flowing here. I0 into ZOF, right? V0 will be what? I0 into ZOF, or ZOF is equal to V0 by I0. Okay, and Z0 is equal to what? Again it is Z0 will be Z0 will be already there, that we know the value. This value we don't know, so no need to mention that. So applying KVL to output loop. So what happens? V0 is equal to I0 into Z0 plus AVI. And we know that VI, if Vs is shorted, we know that Vs is equal to VI is equal to Vs minus Vf, right? Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf was the earlier relation, but if Vs is shorted, Vi is equal to minus Vf or minus beta V0 we can write. So Vi is equal to minus Vf because Vs is shorted. So here in equation 1 I will call this, equation 2 it will be, equation 2 will be V0 is equal to I0 Z0 plus A into minus beta V0. Okay, so V0 plus AB beta V0 is equal to I0 Z0. Here, if I take V0 common, 1 plus A beta is equal to I0 Z0. So, in cross multiplication, V0 by I0, or you can do this, divide both RHS and LHS by I0. What happens? I get it here. V0 by I0 into 1 plus A beta is equal to Z0, or you can write Z0 F is equal to Z0 by 1 plus A beta. So, output impedance with feedback decreases by the factor 1 plus A beta. Decreases with negative feedback with voltage series negative feedback by the factor 1 plus A beta. Okay. So, input impedance increases whereas output impedance decreases. Let us solve some problems on output impedance. The first problem, an amplifier has Z0 is equal to 5 kilo, has a voltage gain A is equal to 100 and B is equal to beta is equal to 0.02, that is feedback factor. Find the output impedance of feedback amplifier. So Z0 is given, A is given and beta is given. So what's the formula? Z0 F is equal to, it decreases, so Z0 by 1 plus A beta. The output impedance with feedback decreases by the factor 1 plus A beta. So Z0 is equal to 5 into 10 to the power of 3. 1 plus A is 100 into 0.02. So 5 into 10 to the power of 3, it is 1 plus 2, that is 3. 0.02 into 100, it is 2. Z0 F, that is equal to 5 by 3, that is calculate 1.66 kilo ohm. So the output impedance with feedback decreased to 1.66 kilo ohm, which was around 5 kilo ohm before. The next problem, an amplifier has a voltage gain of 600 with feedback ratio 0.05. Find the gain and output impedance with feedback. Given output impedance without feedback is 200. Just a minute. Ohm. Okay. We have a formula for gain, that is AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. So A is given 600, 1 plus A is 600 into 0.05, 600, 1 plus 30, it will be 600 by 31. So AF will be equal to, calculate 600 by 31, that will come around 19.35 is the gain, and Z0 F, that is output impedance with feedback, we have to calculate. For that we have a formula, Z0 F is equal to Z0 divided by 1 plus A beta. Always remember, output impedance decreases and input impedance increases. So 1 plus A beta factor will come in the denominator. So Z0 is given 200 ohm. 1 plus A beta that we have calculated, that will come around 31. So 200 divided by 31. So how much is the value? Calculate 6.45 ohm. Earlier, before applying the feedback, it was 200 ohm and it has decreased up to 6.45 ohm. So we can get to know that output impedance decreases with the negative feedback. Okay. Any doubts? Please text me. Thank you.